Step number 2 is software. So I'm going to go ahead and share all the software that we use to create this fully automated webinar and a little bit about each and every one of them.
And there's not a single affiliate link in this presentation. Can you believe it?
Not a single affiliate. So the first software is called Webinar Jam. Actually, Igor introduced me to this software because I think he knows the owners, right?
Frank Kern?
Yeah, Frank Kern.
Well, one of the owners. The other one is Andy Jenkins. You might have heard of him. I think he's out of the game now. I think he sold it. And Mike Filstein was the originator too. He sold a part of it.
Yeah, so Webinar Jam is an amazing, easy to use software. Basically allows you to set up the webinar in any way you want it. You want it to be an evergreen recording running every 15 minutes, you can do that. You want it to be a live webinar, you can do that. You want to pop up a pitch during a set time during the webinar, you can do that. And you have to have zero technical knowledge in order to accomplish that. It's all done in an interface. You just click on buttons and everything is basically done for you. You don't even need to build the registration pages or the thank you pages. They're all preset in the software. You can choose from a bunch of designs. So Webinar Jam is an absolute gem. Yeah, so next we've covered Zapier, right? You know, you're familiar with Zapier. And we also use a software called ManyChat. So ManyChat is basically the classic Facebook reminder bot. That means that if you click on it and say yes, then you'll be connected to the Facebook account of Let's Build in Lifestyle or Igor Soads, and it will remind you about the webinar replay automatically, and it's another channel through which you can market. So you're marketing through email, but now you can also market through Facebook in mostly the exact same way. ManyChat is like an autoresponder. It has follow-up emails, it has follow-up messages, it has broadcasts. So jump real quick here. Looks something like this, right? So a message from Igor Soads, quick reminder that the workshop is starting in an hour. This was a one-time workshop. Hey, it's starting in 15 minutes. Hey, we're live, click here to attend the workshop. So this right here, if you put this little thing on your page, it will increase your results no matter what you do, because it will remind people.
You know, in marketing, there's the old saying, never means later means never, because people, whatever they say they're going to do later, they never do. That's just the rule. So that's why you want to set up almost an ridiculous amount of reminders through every possible media you can master. Yes?
Those other reminders are going all the way from Webinar Jam?
So Webinar Jam, the only thing that it allows you to send out directly from it is the email reminders. And it also connects to a text message service through its own interface. So you can do text message in only 15 minutes before the webinar, just one time. And emails, you can load up to 10 emails, and it's broken down by pre-webinar, just before it begins, post-webinar. Now, what Webinar Jam does for you without the use of any software like Zapier at all is it allows you to segment people. So you can set up Webinar Jam to email specifically only the people who attended your webinar but did not purchase your product, or only the people who signed up but left 30 minutes before the webinar was over. So you know they did not see your pitch. And it's really customizable like that. I love it for that reason. And their delivery rates are surprisingly good. I'm sorry?
I got all those emails from you.
Yeah. Now, the other added benefit of Webinar Jam, which is something that you only sort of recognize once you build your first funnel and once you work with people who hate building funnels, is that it in and of itself can hold the entire funnel without the use of any extra tools. So it can hold your landing page for your webinar. It can hold the thank you page for the webinar. It can hold the replay page for the webinar. And it can even, correct me if I'm wrong, create the offer page. Yeah. So these are the essential pages that you need for your funnel. So you can have a webinar funnel built exclusively within the walls of Webinar Jam. which is why I love it so much.
And for our autoresponder, we went with our strongest contenders. We went with ConvertKit and Ontraport, which have absolutely amazing delivery. And as Igor mentioned, one of our strategies is when it comes to maximizing ROI, especially for this automated setup, is to attack on both fronts, basically. So we would email from ConvertKit and from Ontraport at the same time, and we will try and adjust. So if we see someone's opening on ConvertKit, they will receive the rest of their follow-up there. If they're getting emails opened on Ontraport, that's what we'll go with. And the way we decide that is, again, using Zapier. So it has filters. You can say, if the delivery is better here, go with this. It's better here, go with this. For email validation, right, we used Xverify. We also used Kickbox because they also have phone number validation. So we don't only want to validate the email, also want to validate the phone number, because if it's correct, then we'll ship that off with Zapier to our ringless voicemail, which is Drop Cowboy or Call Loop. You can choose between the two, whatever pricing seems to be working better for you. We're using Call Loop. So once we validated the phone number, then we can ship that to Call Loop and drop that ringless voicemail to get even more ROI. And for payments, of course, we offered them two options on our checkout page. They can pay with either PayPal or pay with Stripe. And the cool little thing we did with that is you can set up something called one-click checkout, right? So if someone comes and he buys your front-end product, this is something that will skyrocket your conversion, just skyrocket them. So once you collected his information, the credit card information through something like Stripe, right? On the next page, you can initiate something called one-click checkout, and basically, you don't need to ask them for a credit card again. You just say, you know, Amazon, buy with one click, right? You click on that, and it says, thank you, your product is purchased. So we put up that button, and I think that increased our conversions by like 20-something%. It was just insane. So one-click checkout on this offer was priceless. And a small remark about one-click checkout: make sure to add, you know, an option to use a different credit card if the person wants to, because sometimes people, you know, like to switch between credit cards. So default to one-click checkout, but offer them a small, like, little button below that says use a different credit card. So this was a big one for us.